This is the demo for GAM 470 assignment 3. For the first question, I'm separating the view matrix from the word matrix. So right here, first in the header file, the word matrix no longer need to be in the structure, but it is just a matrix, so I don't need a new structure for it. And in the shader file, it needs to also be separated and be put into another render pipeline. So I'm calling this shader. I'm setting the view and projection matrices, and then and put in the render pipeline, the first one 0, and set up the word matrix. Put it in the render pipeline, and it works. Second one, create a pyramid. This one is quite simple because we have a sample code of how to create a pyramid, and pretty much just moving that to here. 5 vertices, 6 triangles, 4 faces. Yes, and here create a model, create a word matrix. Right here, render the model. The third one, color selected 3D shader. Well, because the shader is different, the header file also need to be changed to have the structure to match that. The word color data matching this one, and the view and projection matrix is just the same. Yes, having 3 different models, 3 different word matrices, so all the models gonna be different. For each one, set the models and set a word, the color, and render it. So we have 3 different models, different color, different positions, and even different scaling. Question 4 is 2 different shaders. For this one, actually, you can say I just combined the second question and the third questions. I mean, literally combined them. I'm having 2 sets of shaders in the header file, and all the structures needed. Well, first of all, initialize the color selected 3D shader, well, and then the simple color one. Oh, it's not here. It's here. So in the draw scene, well, first I draw all the models that using the first shader. After that, switch to another shader and boom, draw all of the rest of them too. And we got ourselves a nice Mickey Mouse here. Yep. Also, about a further work, question 1. If I'm showing repeated models, I do not need to have different models. I can just use the same one. And give that model new word matrices and not word matrices, a new word everything and different color. I can render that again and it will look different. So right here I can just render the model 2 like totally once again, but actually you see another word matrix, maybe 4 I think. Yeah, color, how about red? It's easy to see. And supposedly you will have another new object in this on the screen, but it's actually using the same model. I see it's inside the sphere. It would be quite useful if you're trying to render maybe a forest, like 10,000 trees. You're not going to have 10,000 models. You have only 3 of them, and just by rotating and scaling, you can appears to be different trees, just another angle. It saves a lot of space and maybe, yeah, a lot of space. So question 5. Yes, this one took me quite some time, but so what I'm doing, first of all, initiating the vertices. What I'm doing is I look at the green one. This is the original curve that I created. And for the rest of them, I just run a for loop. How many times? Let's say we have 12 vertical slices here. So for one time we render the first curve, and the rest of the 11 times we just getting all the position data of the vertices and rotating around the y-axis to get a new position. But doing that 11 times, we have all the vertices set, except the top and the bottom one. Those two, I think I hard coded that because their position are fixed. Maybe I shouldn't say hard code, but it is. It is. And right here you can see these blocks, these triangles are formed differently. I did that on purpose because that's how I draw the windings. It also started at this green line where everything started, and it runs through these columns. For each vertices, it draw 2 triangles to create the rectangular, I mean not rectangular, but the shape is 4 sides shape face. all the way down. But yes, and jump to the next one and do that for the whole circle around until it ends before it meets the starting point. Well, why? Because the logic just cannot be keep continued that way. So I stop there and just for another loop I connect the ends with the beginning to create to finish up the sphere. Yeah, for the north and south pole, they're also, I don't know how to say it, but it works. And if I change this back, it will be yes, you will be you will not you will be looking just like the others. Okay. Oh yeah. For the question 2, the shader, I would say yeah, I assume I will have a shader header file like this, which is pretty much a straight copy of the model header file because I think their functions are pretty much the same. You have all the things that related to shaders, vertex shaders, pixel shaders, constant buffer, and some structure that the shader might need, input layout, and even have maybe pre-made shaders, but I don't have them because I don't have the C++ file yet. I just and if I'm looking forward to add something that is not pre-made, I can have all the file names, and this shader file is going to do that for you. Also, whenever we switch in the shader or trying to use a shader, we activate it. We are calling these 2 or 3 lines right here. Connect the buffer to the render pipeline. Set the shader as active for context. Yeah, we also have here. Have here. So we can just do things like shaders and slash not render but connect and set active, and it will be done, and we can just use it now. It saves a lot of work, repetitive work, so it's good.